What's up? It's Marv with the Miles Ahead podcast, and for today, I want to give my prediction for who I believe is going to win in the NBA Finals. I think it's going to be a great series between Jimmy Butler versus Jokic, Batman versus the Joker, the hero versus the villain, the underdog versus the favorites. So we got the Heat versus the Nuggets. I think it's going to be an awesome series, okay? I think it's definitely going to be way better than what everybody was clamoring for in the Lakers versus the Celtics, which that's what I'm happy about. I'm happy to get this series, and hopefully it will definitely live up to what I believe it's going to live up to. So I'm predicting that the Nuggets are going to win this series in 5 games. I think that the Heat, they do have a lot of great grit. They have a lot of good talent on their squad. And they have a lot of nobody believed in us, so I'm going to believe in myself type of mentality, which is great. But so do the Nuggets. Okay? And the difference in this series, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the size. It's also going to be the passing and the rebounding as well. I mean, they have a lot of players on the Nuggets squad who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So that's definitely going to be the difference versus there's a couple of role players on the Heat who can't do the same thing. Like Max Strus, like Duncan Robinson. Okay? So I definitely can see a lot of other players initiating the offense other than just Jokic. You got Michael Porter Jr. who could do it, Bruce Brown who could do it at times, Jamal Murray. I feel like that's definitely going to be a huge issue. And I'm expecting for Jokic to have himself a great series. He might even average a triple-double in this series. And I'm expecting for a lot of flair on his side. Now, we all know that Jimmy Butler is a problem. And he's somebody that can, galvanize the troops and motivate his team. But the guy on the Nuggets that can do the same thing is Jamal Murray. He's the motivator for that team. Okay? And Jokic, he's more so the Tim Duncan of the Nuggets. And to me, I believe that he's the modern day Larry Bird. I know a lot of people, they want to give it to Luka Doncic, but in my opinion, I think he's more so the right-handed James Harden. So to me, I just think that the Nuggets are not going to be having the same level of mental lapses as the Celtics did, or the Bucks did, or the Knicks did. Okay? I feel like in order for the series to go 7 games or 6 games, I think Jimmy Butler is going to have to average over 40 points or 35 plus, and he's definitely going to have no lapses defensively. Okay? And not only that, he's also going to have all of the role players show up, not just Caleb Martin. Okay? And to me, in order for the Heat to win this series, it has to be way closer to perfection than the Nuggets do. And I think that Jokic, he's just far too good. All right? He knows what he's doing. He has high basketball IQ. Now, that doesn't mean that the Heat doesn't have any high basketball IQ. Okay? Of course they do. And to me, this does not really hurt Eric Spoelstra's legacy or Jimmy Butler's legacy at all. I just think that they're just going to lose to the better team. And we saw the Nuggets prove it all playoff long. Okay? They did it against the Lakers, despite the refs' involvement. They did it against the Suns, who a lot of people had favored to be able to come out of that series. it's obvious that the Heat definitely did have the tougher road. Of course they did. I mean, they definitely didn't have home court advantage. And they definitely did have a lot of issues, when it came to the injuries and stuff like that. I just think that the Nuggets have it all together. As far as the size and the rebounding, the best player in Jokic, the second star in Jamal Murray. And plus, and on top of that, they always want to talk about the Heat's defense and how great it is. But hey, the Nuggets, they have a great defense as well. I mean, Jokic, he was number 1 in deflections. Just because he's not getting a lot of blocks, that doesn't mean he's a slouch on defense. And plus, and on top of that, the Nuggets, they play as a committee defensively. And to me, I also believe that the Nuggets are not going to just allow for Jimmy Butler to just get off the whole series. I'm expecting for Mike Malone to send some double teams. And we all know that Erik Spoelstra is an all-time great coach. But that doesn't mean that Mike Malone isn't an elite coach. And to me, the only way that he's going to get that respect or gain that respect is after he wins the championship. So my prediction is Nuggets in 5 games and for Jokic to win the Finals MVP.